holiday, is it allowed to cover the blood with ashes from an oven that were created on the holiday?
Oh.
As found in the Tosefta, Beitzah Shmone, one slaughtered an animal on a holiday, it is allowed to cover the blood even with ashes from an oven that were created on the holiday. A situation referred to as nolad, something that comes into existence on Shabbat or a holiday.
Yeah. 122 you said?
125.
No, 125. I can find it there. Okay. Okay.
Continue.
Yesterday we 125. What number?
We just did number 2.
Okay, so yesterday we did number 1, and what did we say? Just quickly review. We said that a person is allowed to send the mother bird away in order to take the kids, the children of it, or the offsprings of it, the eggs or the birds, the chicks. He is allowed to take, even though birds and eggs, everything of these things are all muktzeh. We said because Aaron, the mitzvah of pushing, the mitzvah of the Oraita, pushing away the isur muktzeh.
אתה יכול להגיד שמצווה דאורייתא דרבנן.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said. The mitzvah de Oraita pushing away muktzeh because it's the Rabbanan. Exactly.
אין בכלל מוקצה מהתורה, מוקצה זה רק מדרבנן.
אתה צודק, אמת. אמרת טוב. So now,
Если в субботу, что можно птичку отбыгнуть?
yeah, any mitzvah, so there is a mitzvah of sending the mother away. You're allowed to do so even on Shabbat. But remember, Kikirov, that's only on Friday night mitzvah. Shabbat, daytime, there is no mitzvah because daytime it's not the mother. It's already the father. And the Torah didn't say you have to send the father away. Mitzvah is to send the mother away.
What about
Yeah, you're right.
do we take into consideration eruv or not eruv? Do we take into consideration eruv or not eruv with that eggs?
Yeah, of course. If there is no eruv, you cannot carry. But in order to fulfill the mitzvah, you don't need to carry them. You need to pick it up. What's it? Yours. Zachita, it's yours. Now you can put it down again. You don't have to take it home. If you want to do the best of the best, take it home and eat it. If possible for you to eat it. Depends what stage the kids are. But if you feel mercies on the bird, take the offspring away. You know, some people are very sensitive. You can leave it back.
Ну тогда же мама не будет жаловаться.
No, it doesn't. Any stage. Gemara says any stage. Кикиро шмотаyo. Сегодня бехор мы ничего. Сегодня бехор отпуск. Мир бьет.
И ушло?
О. Стой. ברשות מוריי ורבותיי. Сегодня заместитель бехора есть. Igor, come. So now, what if a person did shchita on a chicken on Yom Tov? Do you know, Yaakov, anytime you do chicken shchita, you have obligation, mitzvah, to cover the blood of the chicken with a sand.
Yeah.
ברachon megi, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על כיסוי דם בעפר. It's a big mitzvah. Arizal says this is one of the mitzvot that makes tikkun haberit. The person wants to do tikkun haberit during Shavavim. This is one of the important mitzvot to be done. Kisui adam.
If once he's a dead animal?
No, when
Chicken.
somebody shechted.
Any animal or just chicken?
Any bird
Any bird.
or wild animal. Means gospan, sheep, cow, goat. Doesn't count.
Doesn't?
No mitzvah on those three.
How about deer?
Because they are not wild.
Deer as well,
Animal.
no? Deer.
Deer, yeah. If you do shchita to deer, you must cover the blood of the deer with bracha. But most people don't shecht wild animal. Most people shecht birds for this mitzvah. So if anytime you shecht a dove, a chick, pargiot with or chicken, הודו לאדוני קראו בשמו.
אז המצווה עכשיו...
All of those, mitzvah me'adoraita to cover the blood. But you have to prepare the sand before. Say, with this sand I'm going to make the mitzvah of kisui adam, cover the blood. After the shechted, he spills on this area wherever you designate it, and then you take the sand and you're covering it, and you say bracha Hashem kedeshanu stavim an kisui adam be'afar. Mitzvah me'atorah to do this. Birshut morai v'rabotai. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. Okay?
So, Rabbi,
Yeah.
the mitzvah of kisui adam is done on the shochet only?
No.
So
On the owner.
I do the kisui adam?
On the owner. The shochet could be get kavod. Shochet is a shaliach of the owner.
Oh, so but I need to be the owner of that chicken or
Okay.
whatever it is.
Okay.
Что
Yeah, it was
I
taught
cannot
back.
be participated if I'm not the owner.
You could if somebody gives you the kavod to be shaliach, like mezuzah.
Kisui adam?
Yeah, you can make shaliach for kisui dam.
So I can.
Yeah, like brit milah.
Okay.
You need to do the brit milah, the father.
Okay, but אני ממנה אותך.
You make a
אני
shaliach.
ממנה אותך.
Yeah.
אבל פה מה, אני גם אומר...
Same thing, yeah. Say, בכבוד, you do it. It's like I told you, I'm ממנה אותך. By the fact that somebody gives you the kavod to do something, it automatically gives you the
I
shaliach.
don't need to point it.
I need to, you know, on the brit they make a show.
Yeah.
You do it, you know how to do it. They make a joke, you know, to reduce the pressure because there is a very nervous time for everybody over there. So the rabbi throws a little joke over there for people to calm down. Yeah. In case you don't know how to do it, we can show you. If you want, you can sit. We can practice on you. Then after the brit, they say, "Who is next?" You know, all those things is in order to keep smile on people's faces because everybody is so nervous. Okay. Number 2, we finished. Yeah. So we said you're allowed to take the ashes that came from the oven. Right now, you made shashlik on Yom Tov. You took the ashes. The ashes are also kosher to cover the blood with. Take those ashes and you cover the blood with them of the shchita of the chicken. Hello, that ashes it's muktzeh. It was created on Yom Tov. When Yom Tov came in, it was not ashes. So something that was created on Yom Tov, it's muktzeh, like an apple fell from the tree. What do we say? Nevertheless, for mitzvah deoraita of kisui adam, of covering the blood, you're allowed to take this muktzeh and cover the blood. Got it? Very good. Number 3.
Is it permissible to climb a tree to get a shofar for the mitzvah of shofar? Although other prohibitions were not lifted to allow climbing a tree for the sake of a shofar, one could argue that the law concerning the preparation of food, ochel nefesh, for Yom Tov is different. The Torah permitted certain types of work on Yom Tov for the mitzvah of you shall rejoice in your Yom Tov. And this potentially extends to other mitzvot as well, such as shiluach haken.
So what he wants to say? Lifted or unlifted? We're not lifted. כן, הראשון, you say, לא זו מוקצה, you're allowed to push off, נכון? Because we have mitzvah of shiluach haken, send the mother away, or mitzvah of covering the blood, you take the ashes and you cover the blood, נכון שמחה? So you're saying those isur the rabbanan of muktzeh, you push off for mitzvah. If so, question. Let's say on Erev Rosh Hashanah, somebody, your child or cousin, doesn't matter who, he went up on the tree, he has a tree house. He goes over there, he blows the shofar. Erev Rosh Hashanah. Tam asad the shofar spustil. Now, you the Baal Tokeach, you know, everybody depend on you. זה שופר.
נדירי.
וראיתם אותו. וזכרתם. You're looking at the shofar by. Can you climb up the tree on Yom Tov to take it down or no?
No.
Says Allah not allowed to. Remember we said that you're not allowed to use trees by going on them or taking things off them. Two-way street. Shabbat Yom Tov, same thing. אין בין יום טוב לשבת, אלא אוכל נפש בלבד. right?
Ovadia line shluch.
Masechet Megillah Daf Zayin Gemara tells us over there. Mishnah is the shortest Mishnah in the Shas. Not even one line on the Gemara. It's less than one line. אין בין יום טוב לשבת, אלא אוכל נפש בלבד. No difference from Shabbat and Yom Tov, only regarding, besides things regards אוכל נפש. Food. Avkot. Yom Tov. So now, shofar is not avkot, you don't eat the shofar. Because of that, laws of Shabbat going up to the tree, on a tree, and the laws of Yom Tov going up to the tree are equal. Both not allowed. If so, question to you, Koino. It's asur to go up the tree from the Torah or midrabanan?
Midrabanan.
Says Ovadia, you said, Rabbi, you're allowed to violate Isur derabanan picking muktzeh, the bird, in order to take the children, nachon? Why mitzvah?
Shluch haken.
Shiloh haken, da? You send the mother away, you violate muktzeh.
Das midioraita.
It's mitzvah midoraita. You said you're allowed to take the ashes that was made on mangal that you made on Yom Tov. Those ashes you're allowed to take and cover the blood with it for the shechita of the chicken, right? Muktzeh is derabanan. The mitzvah of the covering the blood, deoraita.
Dioraita.
Higher mitzvah pushes away the lower isur. Amched. It says climbing the tree on Yom Tov. It's isur deoraita or derabanan? Derabanan. Blow shofar on Yom Tov Rosh Hashanah. Is deoraita or derabanan? Deoraita. So what happened to the equation that the isur mitzvah deoraita pushes away the lower restriction derabanan?
You can go up then.
And therefore, let the people go up on the tree and bring down the shofar for the people to blow the shofar Rosh Hashanah.
Because dioraita.
Says Ovadia, no.
No?
What happened? It says, don't compare the stringencies of climbing the tree to the stringencies of muktzeh. When Chachamim spoke about certain laws, in certain places they were more lenient for certain reasons, certain places were more strict. It's not across the board. You didn't get it from here an equation. All the Rabbanan laws you're allowed to be pushed off in order for you to do mitzvah deoraita. That's not true. Hamidim. That's why climbing the tree or breaking other isur Rabbanan for sake of a mitzvah deoraita on Shabbat or Yom Tov, mumkin is asur.
אבל למה? זו השאלה כאן בראש. If you say a person, if I put the shofar on before Shabbat in the Knesset, you're not allowed to do תקיעת shofar.
No?
נכון? אבל תקיעת shofar זה
דאורייתא,
מדאורייתא. אז למה אסור? עזוב את העץ. I didn't even forget about it. I did
No,
not
what are you
forget.
asking?
I have the shofar. I do remember.
What are you talking about?
Shofar,
On the tree?
not on the tree.
Where?
In the shul.
Shabbat.
Before Chag and Shabbat, I brought it over. I prepared it in the shul.
What do you want? What's the question?
But you're not allowed to תקיעת shofar בשבת.
The גזירה, חכמים said no.
אבל למה? אבל תקיעת shofar זה מדאורייתא.
נכון. חכמים, רבה said because people might carry in the public domain, אסור to carry.
Fix it, no?
So what if they carry?
אסור.
דאורייתא compared to the
But,
רבנן.
no, חכה. מצוות שופר, it's מצווה דאורייתא, on which level? עשה, לא תעשה, מיתת בדין, which level? עשה. Break Shabbat by carrying outside in a public domain.
לא תעשה.
Which issue is this? Death of bedin on the highest level. Skila. So the risk that you're risking, it's like an investment. Somebody tells you, Koinov, I have a good investment for you. You put 100,000 in, maybe you'll pull back 10,000 out of it, but most likely 100 is going to tzach to darmero. Who are you going to put this money in? Huh? But maybe you're going to make 10,000.
Was it 90% loss?
90% chance you're going to move. Maybe chas v'shalom, 10% you're going to make.
Not even
Because
50-50.
of all of them דאורייתא.
So says Rabbi Ovadia, the mitzvah of shofar, blow shofar, it's mitzvah, but it's only aseh. A break Shabbat is four steps higher.
לא תעשה.
Aseh, higher than that is lo taseh, higher than that is karet, higher than that is mitat bedin. The highest of mitat bedin is kila. What do you get for break Shabbat? This one. So you're going to tell people, Rabotai, blow shofar on Rosh Hashanah that falls on Shabbat, and the chance that millions of Jews throughout the whole world might end up breaking skila, it's a very big risky. It's a risky investment. Too risky. And the reward and what you're going to get out of it is very little thing. It's mitzvah aseh. That's a chazal made a gezerah Rosh Hashanah falls on Shabbat. Shofar nes.
Or yok.
No shofar. Continue.
בגלל שזה לא תעשה.
So, לא תעשה on the highest level.
But,
Karet, higher than karet mitat bedin. The highest level of death of bedin is kila. And Shabbat is there.
But the answer is not understandable here, Rabbi.
Oh yeah, why?
I don't know, like, although other prohibitions
And
were
also because
lifted to allow climbing a
both of
tree,
them on the top level, two
for the
level
sake
of
of a shofar.
No shofar. No, for sake of shofar, one.
לא תישא.
רגע, שנייה. Although other prohibitions were lifted to allow climbing a tree for the sake of shofar, one could argue that the law concerning the preparation of Ochel Nefesh for Yom Tov is different. Were not lifted. Not were lifted. Oh, by you it's written were lifted?
Warrant lifted.
Weren't, yeah. Were not.
Or not.
Although
Other prohibitions were not lifted.
to allow climbing a tree,
Maybe I should add the word rabbinic prohibition. It'll be more sense. Rabbinic
there's some kind of it, no?
prohibitions. Although other rabbinic prohibitions were not lifted to allow climbing a tree for the sake of a shofar, which is also, I should add, which is also mitzvah midoraita, which is also a biblical mitzvah.
It sounds like two separate, no? Sentences. Although other prohibitions weren't lifted,
Now read now, this one.
although other rabbinic prohibitions weren't lifted to allow.
Were not lifted, other rabbinic prohibitions were not lifted to allow this mitzvah of shofar deoraita.
To allow climbing a tree for shofar, which is a biblical. Okay, now it makes sense.
That makes sense? Okay. Thank you for the note.
Okay.
It makes the book the best.
Maybe it's just like. Maybe.
Your Jesse also gives me good notes.
Hmm?
Every time I have to go computer find this. Yeah, it's a top. The top makes behemet. It makes a good product. Continue.
Is a citron, an etrog, that was brought from outside the boundary on a holiday, or an etrog that is tevel, kosher for the mitzvah of shaking the lulav?
Rega, now it makes sense or no? Before you're going to the next one, this one makes sense now?
To me, so.
So? Okay, so good. Read mine. Don't be shy. Jesse is with us.
Basically, the answer is no. Right? The question is it permissible to climb a tree to get a shofar? The answer is no.
No.
No. So I would start with no.
Okay, type it. No. And then say although. There is a song that they say Ben Ish Chai singing. You heard that? This is the song. Yeah, they said it's the voice of Ben Ish Chai. Yeah. I checked. They started recording. The first recording was 1850 something, 30 something.
He's on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah.
And this recording, and he passed away
Very
in
nice voice.
1912, something, 1920. Ben Ish Chai. Yeah, like 100 something years ago passed away. So they already had recordings in the world. So somebody said that this is the recording of Ben Ish Chai singing this song.
He has very
I
good
grew
voice.
up on that. That's a very common song in my community.
In Iraqi, yeah. He's Iraqi. Yeah. We take you your side.
That's the song we used to sing before the baby come to breathe.
Yeah.
גם בזוהר וגם
Okay.
and on מוצאי שבת.
Read meanwhile the next one. Koina was with us. Koina was with us, I said. Read number 4. Chavod. Make Koina read a little bit. Koina שמו חונית יחשקה קונים. מה שקונים. יברכך.
Четвертый.
Is a citron a trog that was brought from outside the boundary
A trog, yes, citron is a
on a
trog.
holiday, or an etrog that is level and teach and
You hear the recording? Yeah.
teach
Wow.
And teeth.
kosher for the mitzvah
means they didn't
for
bring
shaking the lulav.
The 10%, right?
Yeah.
Put them in break.
Yeah. David. And Masud Meir.
That
Meir. Don't let it happen.
Это не принести трума.
We're all tired, Meir. Rabbi Akiva, Yaakov Avinu said, ביקש יעקב אבינו לשב בשלווה, קפצה עליו רוגזו של יוסף. קפץ עליו. There is no שלווה for צדיקים בעולם הזה. No שלווה. Вот отдохну, רבי. No!
Не сегодня.
העולם הזה, זה עולם מעשה. היום לעשותם, ומחר לקבל שכרה. Today you are doing it. Tomorrow
Satan.
you're going to get paid. That's a don't let Yetzer Hara fool you. Now Yetzer Hara is a person would go right now to a party. Oy oy oy, he's on fire. He watches Hashem Erachem movies, videos, all these things. Until 2 o'clock in the morning, he's on the phone.
Who?
People,
In January.
come shiur Torah, Shabbat vayinacha. There was one guy, he's in the college, finished college, he has an office, makes money, akol. So I tell him, listen, you learn in the evening? He said, Rabbi, sometimes I go, yeah. I said, why sometimes? He said, Rabbi, telling you I'm coming home. I said, listen, didn't you go to school, open office, make all these things for you to have money? Eh? Why you wanted so much the money? So you'll be comfortably sitting one day and studying Torah. Now, Baruch Hashem, you have the money, and what do you tell me? I'm dead tired, Rabbi, I can't learn Torah. You see how Yetzer Hara fools the person? He tells him, now is not the time to learn Torah. When you're going to become rich, then you're going to have time. Then you're going to sit quietly, kaifumi. How for John? You're going to sit kaifumi like this. Money is coming in. You're going to go study those shavuros. Bochovi Shabbat. Until now you have to worry about one mortgage, one rental. Now you have to worry about buildings of rentals, buildings of mortgages, buildings of tenants, buildings of...
Illusion.
That's a don't let the Yetzer Hara fool you when you're young. He tells you when you're going to get older, you're going to learn. When you become older, he's telling you, dude, you're old. You should have started when you were young. Mary understood Mary John.
כל הכבוד כהן.
ואין מלווים את האדם בשעת פטירתו אלא תורה, מצוות. שים טובים.
So I wrote the paragraph the way I understood it, but I didn't delete what you had. So if you want to revise.
Okay, let's see what our lawyer wrote over here. No. Period. Not all rabbinic prohibitions are nullified for the sake of performing the positive biblical commandment, such as blowing the shofar. The risk and punishment associated with violating the Shabbat outweigh the potential reward for certain positive commandments. Oh, tak pishet.
There's a bit of a delay when you type, so it takes longer. Sorry.
Very beautiful. David, you're hired. Mamash yafe. Kol hakavod. Next.
5. Did you finish 4?
6 now?
I think 4 is also kind of...
And what about the second part of the tshuva? One could argue you didn't put it in.
Right, so that one I left in. I'll revise it on my phone, Rabbi. Keep going.
You can do it?
Yeah. I'll
You have the link?
send you the right answer.
Okay. Shkoyach. Okay, one. Zohar Roma. 9:15 Zohar Roma. Boys, I remember Zohar, all these things are the desserts. Dessert will not keep you last for too long. You eat dessert? Kaif. Anna, наш жених. Как это там? Хатан Мекала песня? Как я песня?
Хатан Бакала.
Хатан Бакала.
Арвит Рабатай.
Бехо. Хатан Бакала, да?
500 человек на свадьбе, одна старушка со шляпкой и одна девушка молодая прикрытой головой.
Вай.
Все остальные антенны. Ви.
Антенна чува, бехо?
Это же антенны. Негатив притягивает женщин.
Антенна эти.
Он сидел.
היי בכל ג'ון, אבו לימין.
еле усидел.
הם כולם פאות, אתה פשוט לא רואה.
זה פאה, הוא נפשך פריקים, אני נפשך זקריטי מגו.
Не.
נה.
Чай будет что ли? Да?
Холодной водички, если есть.
А что телефон отключен?
One could argue that the law concerning the food preparation,
Там антенна не работала.
the Torah permitted certain type of
Телефон, там антенна не работала.
for the mitzvah of you shall rejoice. Okay, next.
Если вода там от маленькой есть бутылочка холодная.
Я понял.
Likewise, an etrog that was brought from outside the techum boundary, or an etrog that is tevel considered lachem yours, because one could give another etrog to a kohen. Somebody gave you etrog Yom Tov Sukkot. This etrog came outside the tchum. Tchum знаете, это boundaries. Let's say you have a office in Long Island, Lo Alenu, all the way there, more than 2,000 amot from the Queens. You tell your Ricardo, oh, they didn't say anything. Ricardo, oh, זה מזונות וזה בורא נפשות.
ברוך אתה אדוני לכן חלום שיעקב יהיה בדברו.
Amen. Now, Koino, you told to your employee that you bought this Vienik and this lemon for $200, and the guy looks at you and says, "You out of your mind?
Lola.
You got this lulav, this Vienik for $200 with this lemon? You Jews are out of your mind for 1 week, and you left the lulav and the etrog at work. I said, Roma, and the whole week you're talking to your employee Spanish, how much you're going to shake it and how much you're going to knead it." He says, "Ibi, my boss forgot it. Look what he did." Yom Tov daytime, this Ricardo with a good heart, or Jose, whatever the name is, drove all over from Long Island. You didn't say one thing to him. He brought it to you. Can you use it on Yom Tov or no?
Yeah. לא אמרת לו.
Says Halacha, this lulav came more than 2,000 amot away from you.
But you didn't.
When it was more than 2,000 amot away, it became
But you
muktzeh.
did not do it.
It doesn't matter. Even if the wind blew it away, gave it all the way to your house, muktzeh.
What about the next?
Again, it's mitzvah.
Muktzeh. Say Yom Tov, 2 dnia Yom Tov. America 2 dnia Yom Tov, muktzeh. After 2 days of Yom Tov, Chol HaMoed, you can use it.
So therefore, if he did not go over the 2,000 amot, and he went by himself and brought it for me,
Oh, the goy?
Goy.
Yeah, the problem.
still a problem?
Yeah,
That's
more
not-
than 1,000.
No, it's a less.
Less no problem. Less than 2,000 no problem.
And he did it on his own.
Why it's important to know? Sometimes you have bar mitzvah on Shabbat.
1,000 amot это сколько?
2,000 amot, 1 kilometer. At a two-third of 1 mile. 2/3 of 1 mile. It's nothing. It's not even 1 mile.
2/3 of a mile.
2/3.
Of a mile.
Yeah, 0.6. Yaakov, Aaron, you have, now a person has bar mitzvah. His relative brought on bar mitzvah Shabbat candies from Long Island.
That day?
That day, Shabbat, he drove in,
למדנו על זה מובן.
candies from Long Island. Not from around the neighborhood. I'm emphasizing.
Still a problem?
Liran, I'm emphasizing.
It's more than 2,000.
From Long Island.
It's a problem. It's a big problem.
But it's not lulav. Lulav, it says 2,000 amot. Candies.
What's the
Same
difference?
thing, more than 2,000 amot.
There's some problem.
When Shabbat came in, those candies were available to you?
No.
Even if you walk over there all night and come back until the morning, you cannot take them because you're not allowed to walk outside Queens more than 2,000 amot. היית at Long Island, גורי לחד, more than 2,000 אמות.
אסור בשבת ללכת יותר מ-2,000 אמות?
Yeah, אסור. Even if you just walk.
ואם סכנת נפש.
No, סכנה something else. Not talking סכנה. But because that's within Queens. I'm talking Long Island.
Outside of the city.
Outside the borders of the city.
За Сити 2000 амот.
Да.
За Сити.
Now let's say you
From
didn't walk.
house to the final.
That's on Shabbat only, not Yom
This guy brought
С
it.
границы.
Can you eat those candies or no, Bechor? Not allowed to. Why?
Не
Too
понял. Квинс, это все Квинс.
תלמידים.
Это все.
יש חב"ד...
עופר, הבנת?
Да, замер, это One County, Квинс.
יש חב"ד...
Это твой город.
בברוקלין, בתי כנסת.
Brooklyn
Long
Queens, the
Island
link.
другой город.
They call it different.
This is the same concept as
Понимаешь?
it comes to when turning the light, but his intention is to
Сама
turn on the light.
идея.
Yeah, if it's yellow light. If it's yellow light.
It's out of the city.
If it's
Not
red.
LED. LED you could have tell him.
Oh, right?
Ну, где раньше? Ташкент.
But it's the same concept as
Душанбе.
Shabbat, Shabbat,
большие города
Utrop. Your cousin lives in Long Island. Drove Shabbat morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. He drove. He coming to the Knesset with candies. With a car.
אני לא מאמין שיש פה למישהו קאזן כזה.
Huh? I'm Chet. Levi. Ni Levi, a Levi. What do we do? Can you let him throw the candies on the Knesset? No. Take the candies and
Throw it at him.
Наоборот, все ему сказал, о, молодец, о, бьё.
нельзя, не молодец, холодец.
אבל השבוע הוא בא ככה.
It's every people we're gonna say shakol on this. Hamish bracha lebatala.
Wow.
Because it's not allowed today to move. Nikud to move not allowed.
But the Rav said it,
More than 2,000 amot.
last time the Rav said it was fine. If, let's say,
When
the
do
Rav
we
was
say it's
saying-
fine? Bediavad, close your eyes. When it's within the neighborhood, within the city. Somebody drove Shabbat from Forest Hills La Alenu to here. Shabbat, he drove candies, drove vodka to you. Your relative, Shabbat Rana. 4 o'clock, 4:30 уже шкия. He drove in 7 p.m. He went to the store, заплатил, купил водку, тебе домой принес 8 часов. From a close by store. Can you drink this vodka? No. Halacha said allowed. Because it was not outside the city.
Broke Shabbat.
But he drove the car.
He broke Shabbat.
Did he change the vodka?
No.
If he make for you food,
How about transaction he made?
he knows that Bechor loves is palo. Friday he comes from work 7 p.m. 1 hour makes palo. 8 o'clock he brings you palo. Can you eat it or no? Not allowed.
A vodka you can drink,
What's the difference? Why the vodka you can drink?
but he buy Halul Shabbat.
Did the vodka change?
No.
No. That's the difference.
Какой Rav?
So why then the candies from Long Island not allowed to? They didn't change
Далеко.
Because Amot.
because it was muktzeh when Shabbat came in. Palyubomu, you could not have get it. Even the wind will blow it to you. You cannot have it. It's very practical, Abotai. These days, right now, unfortunately, Shabbat is early and people unfortunately break it. Some cousins, relatives, and they bring you different things. So you cannot even. If he brought it outside the tchum, more than 2,000 amot, лоза мукце.
Не можете эту водку пить.
Трогать нельзя ему шаббат.
После шаббата вы можете...
Да, по шаббат, да. Talking on Shabbat. Ofer, you understand Russian?
Can you use that?
סלגו פארקה
לא?
פריט חדש.
רק בוכרי? לא, רק עברית. עברית ואנגלית.
כבוד הרב, איזה סלגו פארקה הוא приехал?
I said, it's fine.
It's fine.
Why, Mayor John?
Все, не будем звать
It's the same county, Queens.
Далеко.
Далеко.
It's the same county.
Very good, continue. Number 5. You texted to me?
Где Давид Интерфер? Он в Лугане живет? Давид Интерфер.
Is it allowed to move a pile of stones to retrieve the
Вот
shofar?
и Эдгаров.
Okay, it's permitted. Next, 6.
If a non-Jew made a shofar on a holiday, is it permissible to blow it? Or if a non-Jew made a shofar on a holiday, it is allowed to blow it, even though it is muktzah, it is permitted for the sake of a mitzvah.
Got it?
Why are you allowed to?
Шаббат может
Rabbi,
шаббат?
why is missed the
No.
first one?
Before, до, чтобы пришли, мы объяснили почему.
Why is it
Bottom line нельзя.
Why did we skip the fifth one?
Nilza. Bottom line, Nilza. We explained
it's
earlier one. 127.
Ah, Rabbi,
No.
the fifth one, why we skipped? Why it's allowed? It
You-
is permitted to move a pile of stones to retrieve the shofar.
yeah.
But stones, we said, they're also
Muktzeh.
muktzeh.
So we said that you're allowed to violate the laws of Muktzeh for sake of a mitzvah. Muktzeh is always you can push off for sake of mitzvah deoraita. Cover the blood,
yeah.
blow shofar, pick up a lulav, whatever Muktzeh involved. Cover the blood, the ashes. Okay? Next, page 127.
Is it permitted to remove a worm that causes discomfort?
In the foot or in...
Anywhere.
Yes.
Worm. תולעים. איך זה נקרא на русском תולעים? червяки. Вы открыли какой-то whatever, food, червяк. Здрасте, я ваша тетя.
Shakol, yeah, bro.
Can you take him out or no?
Why not, of course.
We said any animal. Why not?
It's not an animal.
חילול שבת.
Insect.
It's an insect. It's disgusting.
בוא חילול שבת.
It's like seeing a rat.
Он умер. В Гадене попадет. А этот человек, когда умрет,
Геном.
он חילול שבת сделает. Тудин меци.
А что делать?
Это вопрос.
מותר להרוג בשבת ג'וק. אם אתה נגל ממנו, שמעתי מותר.
שמעת מהקוראן, מהנצרות, לא מהתורה. מהבודה.
יתוש מותר?
לא.
אנגלית, please.
Yeah.
אנגלית בבקשה.
It is permissible to remove a
ערן,
worm.
אנגלית בבקשה.
Jonathan.
I don't speak Russian.
I say אנגלית.
Yeah, בסדר, no.
It is
No more conversation.
permissible, allowed to remove a worm that causes discomfort. It's similar to a flea on one's skin that is allowed to be caught and a thorn that can cause injury.
Чутка фли.
Flea like on dogs.
Блохи.
It's blochy.
Got it?
So, it's
So you're allowed to
basically
move a worm.
Flea or fleece?
flea.
It's
Fleas one, fleas is plural.
Okay.
You're allowed to move on Shabbat worm, because even though it's muktzeh, you're allowed to move it in order for a person not to feel discomfort
Or disgusting.
or disgusted.
You cannot kill
Бехор фамидим.
Rabbi, you cannot kill it.
Можно в шаббат
Нет.
подвинуть, взять, поднять,
Подвинуть.
червяк вот этот, таракан вот этот, whatever it is, чтобы человеку discomfort не было. Убивать нельзя.
На улицу выкинуть.
Да.
Can you kill a cockroach?
No. We're not allowed on Shabbat to kill any animal.
Except mosquito.
Okay, except mosquitoes in certain cases.
Что с ней делать?
No,
If there is a risky mosquito, or maybe risky,
How do you know?
you don't. If you have a risk, maybe you can take the
100%.
But
100%.
risk
Here?
or no.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
they have
Because
Zika,
what's called?
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
West Nile virus. Very
Sorry?
dangerous.
If there is a safek, maybe it's a problem, you can do it.
Yeah.
To break Shabbat, you don't need for sure risk. Maybe risk also allowed to break the Shabbat.
What if it's a bee?
The same thing.
It can sting somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can die from bees because of the
I got a few
inflammation.
times bees. Nothing. I don't know.
No, somebody else. Some people have allergy,
Yeah, I know,
inflammation. Bye. They won't be able to survive.
А если осичка села вам...
Somebody told me it's healthy. If you
Brat
didn't
сказал.
die from it, it's healthy. The bee, when
села
the
вам на руку, что будете
Yeah,
делать в
immune
шаббат?
system, right?
immune system.
А только между ними,
Но нельзя. Unless это пчела, которую он говорит, может быть, отболеет.
There's a bee.
Какой-то
there's
вот этот
also
зика, пика.
Worm?
Болезнь есть иногда.
Huh?
Wasp?
Wasp, yeah.
If there is a doubt about the sickness of it, of the animal, you can kill it. If there is no doubt, you can, у меня сейчас будет 60, рабай 60 будут ходить по 60. Ничего.
What about flies, Rabbi? They'll sit on food that's open, they'll put maggots into it.
Like this?
Somebody gets sick, they eat it.
If there is a risk of health, of life, you can do it. If there is no risk, you cannot do it. Question you have to ask yourself. How many times during the week flies set вот такой стол, юшво, сауда, whatever it is, how many times flies set on the food over here?
Many times.
Many times. We all ate it? Baruch Hashem.
Not
I
the,
think I remember the Rav said that if a person kills an insect, it's like kill a behemoth, like a big
Yeah.
generous animal.
Yeah, camel.
like killing
Oh.
a camel.
It's already 5. Why nobody reminded me?
Because we're
Well,
so
that
into
is,
your
no? Alarm should have.
Alarm? No, alarm at the 55 alarm. Okay, I prepared you something. Oh, this such other stuff. Just. No, I prepared you this gulot of Shir HaShirim. I found a very interesting stuff.
Oh yeah.
Sign in.
Now I think every time, Rabbi, when we do the Nagdisha or Shirei.
Give me the computer. Give me my computer, please. It's in the computer. I don't know why my WhatsApp
How
doesn't
about
work.
those kadosh that we say during the time of Baruch Hu and during the time of Uvalution? Is that the same kadosh? Is that also refers to what do you call number 3?
Shir HaShirim?
Pura Shir HaShirim?
Why WhatsApp asking me to update suddenly?
They always ask.
אני דייט me update.
You gotta do the Wi-Fi.
I have Wi-Fi. I have a wife and a Wi-Fi. Okay, let's go. I prepared something interesting that I wanted to share with you. Okay, here. Listen to this. מעלת שיר השירים בכל גושקונת, שכל פסוק הוא פסוק מציל שעה אחת מגהנום. Every pasuk of Shir HaShirim Arijon, Yaakov Kohinov, saves you from Gehenom. I want to do this. Ma'alat Shir HaShirim. Says the Sefer over here, every pasuk of Shir HaShirim saves a person for another hour from Gehenom. וכן כל תפילה ותפילת של 18 מצילה מגהנום שעה וחצי. Every תפילה 18 פרעי אדוני שפתי תפתח saves you from גיהנום hour and a half. והנה האדם נידון בגיהנום בששת ימי השבוע. It says how many days a person goes to גיהנום, suffers in גיהנום?
1 year.
6 days of the week. Shabbat, no גיהנום. He doesn't suffer. It says so how many hours a person chas v'shalom that end up in גיהנום going to suffer for?
24 times 6.
24 hours times 6 days, nachon? How many it is? 144. So we need to make an antidote against 144 hours of Gehenom. nachon? Listen, he says what? וכנגד זה מתפלל בכל יום ג' תפילות. Every day you pray Aaron. How many prayers every day? 3 prayers. Times 6 days. What did you get? 18 תפילות. 18 תפילות. Each תפילה saves you from Gehenom hour and a half. סקוק הסתרה? 27. מצילין אותו 27 שעות, כ"ז שעות. ואם כן על ידי 18 תפילות שמתפלל בכל השבוע וקורא שיר השירים, how many hours do you miss from 144, נכון? Hours of the weekdays. Minus 27. סקוק הסתנית? 100, קוף י' ז', 117. Amount of the psukim there is in Shir HaShirim from 8 chapters, 117.
That's crazy.
Israeli understand how important it is for a person to read Shir HaShirim. Now listen what he says here. עשה לו המלך שלמה שיר השירים בכל שמו פעם יסודת שיר השירים גבוה שתחל. How powerful it is. John. Chazon Ovadia Yaponium. Это что? Koinov. Вообще, I think Chazon Ovadia is better for you.
I heard yesterday you say Kodara.
Ah.
You say yesterday the power of the Shir HaShirim.
No, now listen, another one.
איזה סגולה.
עשה לו המלך שלמה שיר השירים, לפי ששלמה עבר על ג' לווין. And that's what Shlomo HaMelech wrote Shir HaShirim. Says why? Because Shlomo HaMelech said, I want to make tikkun, I don't want to burn in Gehenom for 3 big averot that I did. What was the 3 big averot Shlomo HaMelech did?
The woman,
More horses. A woman.
horses.
And?
Kippur make it wedding.
Very good.
The what?
Torah says, and gold. Torah says king cannot have a lot of women. How many, what's the limit he can have? 18. And he had 1,000. King cannot have a lot of horses, and he made a lot of them, and a lot of gold he's not allowed to have.
Which is money.
And back in the day was no money. Back in the day, money is gold and silver. It's not paper that somebody decided is going to worth something.
But when they say a lot,
It says now, on every one of them, it was supposed to get lametet malkuyot. Every time you make avera, there is malkut. How many malkuyot there is? 39. Make 39 times 3 skokast Allah. 170. How many pesukim Shir Hashirim has? 170. 39 malkuyot nakash получил бы. So I need to make Hashem happy. I should not get malkut for the mistake I have done. To make kapara for the mistake you have done, how do you do it? שיר השירים אשר לשלמה ישקני מנשיקות פיהו. Yaakov, when was the last time you read Shir Hashirim, Yaakov? Nemesho, listen to it, Nemesho. Eliyahu is going to read every Friday Shir Hashirim.
you.
I have a question, Rabbi. You know the Avodah Hashem, they have something over there like few pesukim.
Spoke about this, that's the Zohar, comes from the Zohar.
It's okay? It's also the same.
Это называется хатан бакала.
It's also saves you from the Gehinom, Rabbi.
Nami, huh?
This pesukim.
No, it's not 117 psukim.
It makes it up for the.
ברוך הוא מרפא אבות.
It makes it up for the Shir Hashirim.
That's something else. It's not really makeup.
Shortcut, no?
Yeah, shortcut.
Yeah, I know this one.
Listen what Tzofnat Paneach says. You know Tzofnat Paneach? The Rogachover. Not the Yosef HaTzadik. The Rogachover Rebbe. You know, they said that he knew the atomic bomb. Einstein used to learn, either heard it from him or learned with him, the equation of atomic bomb.
From who?
Yeah. The Rogachover Rebbe. He wrote a sefer called Tzofnat Paneach. His book is very hard to understand. He's so sharp, like Gaon Mevina, you know, code. Dun. You got to figure out what he meant. He writes, listen to what he writes. Al yedei shir hashirim mashlich ha'adam me'alav zohamat ha'nahash. When a person, lo alenu, lo achem, came down to this world, he's coming through a woman. And the women came from another woman, and women came out from another woman, all the way to Adam Chava. Says the Zohar HaKadosh, Nahash, Zmiya, slept with Chava. Slept the whole Chatan Bakala Shude. And put in her tum'ah. Nazvaitza Yetzarara. Nazvaitza Ga'ava. Highest Yetzarara I deserve. Ga'ava. Says Tzofnat Paneach, he got a revelation. Revelation Medonache. Как на русском revelation?
Свет получил.
Получает он информацию. Whoever is going to read Shir HaShirim removes from him that dirt of the Nahash that was placed in Chava, that was placed in your great-great-grandmother, all the way to you until today, you remove that. It says, because the Shir HaShirim makes the tikkun for all the mistakes you have done. 39 malkuyot he was supposed to get. Times 3 averot. Skok את הבולמות. 117 malkuyot. Instead of 117 malkuyot, he wrote Shir HaShirim 117 pesukim. That's a bechor. Cheki bosha. Friday. 15 minutes before mincha. Kaneso Shir HaShirim asarash. I said 15 minutes before mincha.
Before, come on, you have to give us the lineage.
20 minutes, he says. 20 minutes.
חצור, אחרי נץ, כאילו כל היום ביום שישי, מה כאילו
מה הזמן הכי טוב?
15 minutes.
Before מנחה, he said, before מנחה.
ביום.
ביום, anytime. And look what תיקוני הזוהר says. I'm reading תיקוני הזוהר. על ידי שיר השירים זוכים לצאת מהגלות.
Well, it's gonna take
A person is able to come out of the גלות, שיר השירים, תיקוני הזוהר.
כבוד הרב, שאלה.
You understand, רבותיי, how important it is? Come out of the גלות, שיר השירים. If you don't know the kavanot, you start before שיר השירים, 2 times pasuk. וינום אדוני אלוהינו עלינו, מעשה ידינו כוננה, עלינו מעשה ידינו כוננהו. This pasuk says Arizal includes all the kavanot.
Oh, yeah?
You have to understand
Yeah.
what it means also?
No, what do you mean? What, this pasuk?
Yeah.
This pasuk means that all whatever we do is supposed to be with Hashem's kavanot. ויהי נועם אדוני אלוהינו עלינו, ומעשה ידינו כוננה עלינו. Hashem, you make the kavanot. ומעשה ידינו כוננהו.
עלינו שבר.
לפני חצות, אתה יכול להגיד שיר השירים?
Anytime, שיר השירים, anytime. Best is not to say it at the beginning of the night. No, it says every day, every day. That's
אני עכשיו 1 בלילה, אני יכול להגיד?
after 11, right now 12, 11:59. 12 o'clock and on is after חצות.
מותר לי.
Very good, why not? צריך להגיד, it's very good.
לפני, אני יכול להגיד?
לפני is not the best. Not the best. You could, but it's not the
בין
best.
השקיעה לחצות.
בין שקיעה לחצות, not the best. But if you will learn it,
Then it counts as learning.
like на русском or на английском,
לא, я говорю, когда начинать читать.
if you don't read it in Hebrew, anytime you can do it. Problem starts only in Hebrew. Because those are the psukim that the evil grabbing.
לשון הקודש.
The Lashon HaKodesh.
Nighttime.
Yeah. Daytime and любое время. Самый important, Bechor, Friday, before Knesset Shabbat. That's the most important one. There is, I prepared you 20 points.
Дома можешь так прийти потом?
Да.
Шаббат.
I prepared you 20 points. How important it is to read Shir HaShirim, all the benefits of it. But right now, I only gave you 2 or 3. There is another 17
Can you
benefits.
interpret it in English? or-
Beli Neder Bechor, Netz Shabbat is going to be share.
How can you not come to Nets, guys, after hearing?
So, פפלו.
ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה מלך השעה אומר.